Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Use as a basis for, found on. Set up or lay the groundwork for. Set up or found. Come upon unexpectedly or after searching. Found art. Food and lodging provided in addition to money. They worked for $30 and found. A terrorist network intensely opposed to the United States that dispenses money and logistical support and training to a wide variety of radical Islamic terrorist groups, has cells in more than 50 countries. Of low birth or station, base, is archaic in this sense. Base-born wretches with dirty faces. Use, purified cocaine, by burning it and inhaling the fumes. Lowest support of a structure. It was built on a base of solid rock. A support or foundation. The base of the lamp. The most important or necessary part of something. A place that the runner must touch before scoring. Illegitimate. Numeration system, the positive integer that is equivalent to 1 in the next higher counting place. A phosphoric ester of a nucleoside, the basic structural unit of nucleic acids, DNA or RNA. A lower limit. Serving as or forming a base. The painter applied a base coat followed by 2 finishing coats. The fundamental assumptions from which something is begun or developed or calculated or explained. Linguistics, the form of a word after all affixes are removed. The place where you are stationed and from which missions start and end. The stock of basic facilities and capital equipment needed for the functioning of a country or area. The industrial base of Japan. Having or showing an ignoble lack of honor or morality. That liberal obedience without which your army would be a base rabble. Any of various water-soluble compounds capable of turning litmus blue and reacting with an acid to form a salt and water. Bases include oxides and hydroxides of metals and ammonia. Not adhering to ethical or moral principles. Base and unpatriotic motives. Installation from which a military force initiates operations. The attack wiped out our forward bases. Use as a basis for, found on. Base a claim on some observation. A flat bottom on which something is intended to sit. A tub should sit on its own base. Anatomy, the part of an organ nearest its point of attachment. The base of the skull. Debased, not genuine. An attempt to eliminate the base coinage. Electronics, the part of a transistor that separates the emitter from the collector. Situate as a center of operations. We will base this project in the new lab. The bottom or lowest part. The base of the mountain. The bottom side of a geometric figure from which the altitude can be constructed. The base of the triangle. The principal ingredient of a mixture. Glycerinated gelatin is used as a base for many ointments. Used of metals, consisting of or alloyed with inferior metal. Base coins of aluminum. Institute, enact, or establish. Build or establish something abstract. Bring about. The trompe-l'oeil illusion establishes depth. Place. Use as a basis for, found on. Set up or lay the groundwork for. Establish a new department. Establish the validity of something, as by an example, explanation or experiment. Set up or found. Material in the top layer of the surface of the earth in which plants can grow, especially with reference to its quality or use. The part of a scene, or picture, that lies behind objects in the foreground. He posed her against a background of rolling hills. A rational motive for a belief or action. The grounds for their declaration. Hit or reach the ground. A relation that provides the foundation for something. Cover with a primer. Apply a primer to. A connection between an electrical device and a large conducting body, such as the Earth, which is taken to be at zero voltage. Fix firmly and stably. Use as a basis for, found on. Bring to the ground. The storm grounded the ship. The solid part of the Earth's surface. He dropped the logs on the ground. The loose soft material that makes up a large part of the land surface. The first or preliminary coat of paint or size applied to a surface. A position to be won or defended in battle, or as if in battle. They gained ground step by step. A relatively homogeneous percept extending back of the figure on which attention is focused. Art. The surface, as a wall or canvas, prepared to take the paint for a painting. Confine or restrict to the ground. After the accident, they grounded the plane and the pilot. Connect to a ground. Ground the electrical connections for safety reasons. Hit a ground ball. He grounded to the second baseman. Hit onto the ground. Instruct someone in the fundamentals of a subject. Place or put on the ground. Throw to the ground in order to stop play and avoid being tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Form or compose. These constitute my entire belonging. Create and charge with a task or function. Set up or lay the groundwork for. To compose or represent. Set up or lay the groundwork for. Advance or set forth in court. Institute proceedings. An association organized to promote art or science or education. Botany. A living organism lacking the power of locomotion. Put or set, seeds, seedlings, or plants, into the ground. Let's plant flowers in the garden. Put firmly in the mind. Buildings for carrying on industrial labor. They built a large plant to manufacture automobiles. Fix or set securely or deeply. He planted a knee in the back of his opponent. Set up or lay the groundwork for. An actor situated in the audience whose acting is rehearsed but seems spontaneous to the audience. Place into a river. Plant fish. Place something or someone in a certain position in order to secretly observe or deceive. Plant bugs in the dissident's apartment. Something planted secretly for discovery by another. The police used a plant to trick the thieves. The act of propelling with force. Begin with vigor. He launched into a long diatribe. Get going. Give impetus to. Launch a career. Set up or found. A motorboat with an open deck or a half deck. Launch for the first time. Launch on a maiden voyage. Launch a ship. Propel with force. Launch the space shuttle. Smoothen the surface of. Launch plaster. Get ready for a particular purpose or event. Set up an experiment. Produce. The scientists set up a shock wave. Arrange the outcome of by means of deceit. Make ready or suitable or equip in advance for a particular purpose or for some use, event, etc. Put into a proper or systematic order. Equip with sails or masts. Take or catch as if in a snare or trap. I was set up. Set up for use. Erect and fasten. Arrange thoughts, ideas, temporal events. Set up one's life. Place. Construct, build, or erect. Create by putting components or members together. They set up a committee. Set up or found. She set up a literacy program. Begin, or enable someone else to begin, a venture by providing the means, logistics, etc. Set up an election. Freed from illness or injury. Appears to be entirely recovered. Found after being lost. Guarded from injury or destruction. Rescued, especially from the power and consequences of sin. A saved soul. Someone new to a field or activity. Bring up a topic for discussion. Bring into being. He initiated a new program. People who have been introduced to the mysteries of some field or activity. It is very familiar to the initiate. Accept people into an exclusive society or group, usually with some right. African men are initiated when they reach puberty. Someone who has been admitted to membership in a scholarly field. Set in motion, start an event or prepare the way for. Take the lead or initiative in. Participate in the development of. Take the lead or initiative in. Participate in the development of. This South African surgeon pioneered heart transplants. Open up an area or prepare a way. She pioneered a graduate program for women students. Someone who helps to open up a new line of research or technology or art. One of the first colonists or settlers in a new territory. They went west as pioneers with only the possessions they could carry with them. Open up and explore a new area. Pioneer space. Of textures, full of small openings or gaps. An open texture. Not defended or capable of being defended. An open city. Possibly accepting or permitting. Open to interpretation. With no protection or shield. Open to the weather. Not sealed or having been unsealed. The letter was already open. Openly straightforward and direct without reserve or secretiveness. An open and trusting nature. Affording free passage or view. Open waters. Start to operate or function or cause to start operating or functioning. Open a business. A clear or unobstructed space or expanse of land or water. Finally broke out of the forest into the open. Ready or willing to receive favorably. Used of mouth or eyes. Keep your eyes open. Spread out or open from a closed or folded state. Open the map. Become available. An opportunity opened up. Afford access to. The door opens to the patio. Open and observable, not secret or hidden. Open ballots. Where the air is unconfined. The concert was held in the open air. Affording unobstructed entrance and exit, not shut or closed. An open door. Become open. The door opened. Information that has become public. All the reports were out in the open. Make available. This opens up new possibilities. Cause to open or to become open. Mary opened the car door. Not brought to a conclusion, subject to further thought. An open question. Accessible to all. Open season. Affording free passage or access. Open drains. A tournament in which both professionals and amateurs may play. Begin or set in action, of meetings, speeches, recitals, etc. He opened the meeting with a long speech. Display the contents of a file or start an application as on a computer. Having no protecting cover or enclosure. An open boat. Make the opening move. Kasparov opened with a standard opening. Not having been filled. The job is still open. Not requiring union membership. An open shop employs non-union workers. Open to or in view of all. An open protest. Ready for business. The stores are open. Set theory, of an interval that contains neither of its endpoints. Without undue constriction as from e.g. tenseness or inhibition. The clarity and resonance of an open tone. Have an opening or passage or outlet. The bedrooms open into the hall. Start to operate or function or cause to start operating or functioning. Become available. Become open. Make available. Cause to open or to become open. Open up an area or prepare a way. Talk freely and without inhibition. Something that remunerates. The act of paying for goods or services or to recompense for losses. Adequate remuneration for his work. Something that remunerates. Carry on, wars, battles, or campaigns. Napoleon and Hitler waged war against all of Europe. Something that remunerates. Wages were paid by check. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Something that remunerates. They saved a quarter of all their earnings. Cancel or discharge a debt. Pay up, please. Dedicate. Pay attention to. Convey, as of a compliment, regards, attention, etc., bestow. Don't pay him any mind. Do or give something to somebody in return. Does she pay you for the work you are doing? Something that remunerates. He wasted his pay on drink. Bring in. How much does this savings certificate pay annually? Bear, a cost or penalty, in recompense for some action. You'll pay for this. Be worth it. It pays to go through the trouble. Discharge or settle. Pay a debt. Give money, usually in exchange for goods or services. Make a compensation for. Render. Pay a visit. Make by combining materials and parts. Build or establish something abstract. Build a reputation. Constitution of the human body. Bolster or strengthen. Build up confidence. Form or accumulate steadily. Pressure is building up at the Indian-Pakistani border. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Be engaged in building. These architects build in interesting and new styles. Develop and grow. Suspense was building right from the beginning of the opera. Found or ground. Build a defense on nothing but the accused person's reputation. Give form to, according to a plan. Build a modern nation. Improve the cleansing action of. Build detergents. Order, supervise, or finance the construction of. The government is building new schools in this state. Create and charge with a task or function. Assign a duty, responsibility or obligation to. He was appointed deputy manager. Furnish. A beautifully appointed house. A determination of the place where something is. He got a good fix on the target. Informal terms for a difficult situation. He got into a terrible fix. Restore by replacing a part or putting together what is torn or broken. Put something somewhere, firmly. Fix your eyes on this spot. Make infertile. Decide upon or fix definitely. Fix the variables. Make ready or suitable or equip in advance for a particular purpose or for some use, event, etc. I was fixing to leave town after I paid the hotel bill. Take vengeance on or get even. That'll fix him good. The act of putting something in working order again. Prepare for eating by applying heat. Fix breakfast for the guests, please. Cause to be firmly attached. She fixed her gaze on the man. Make fixed, stable or stationary. Let's fix the picture to the frame. An exemption granted after influence, e.g., money, is brought to bear. Collusion resulted in tax fixes for gamblers. Influence an event or its outcome by illegal means. Fix a race. Kill, preserve, and harden tissue in order to prepare for microscopic study. Set or place definitely. Let's fix the date for the party. Something craved, especially an intravenous injection of a narcotic drug. She needed a fix of chocolate. Assign a specified, usually proper name to. They named their son David. Give or make a list of. Name individually. Give the names of. Give the name or identifying characteristics of. Refer to by name or some other identifying characteristic property. Many senators were named in connection with the scandal. Family based on male descent. He had no sons and there was no one to carry on his name. Determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a diagnostic analysis. Charge with a function. Charge to be. She was named head of the committee. Identify as in botany or biology, for example. A defamatory or abusive word or phrase. A well-known or notable person. They studied all the great names in the history of France. Make reference to. His name was mentioned in connection with the invention. Create and charge with a task or function. A language unit by which a person or thing is known. His name really is George Washington. A person's reputation. He wanted to protect his good name. By the sanction or authority of. Halt in the name of the law. Mention and identify by name. Name your accomplices. Put forward. Nominate for appointment to an office or for an honor or position. The president nominated her as head of the Civil Rights Commission. Charge with a function. Charge to be. Create and charge with a task or function. Nominate a committee. Propose as a candidate for some honor.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.